Why is it socially acceptable to be transgender, but not transracial? Let's go find out. This is men who identify as women and then they benefit socially and financially from many cases. Do you guys know Dylan Mulvaney?
No.
So he transitioned, and after he transitioned to a woman, he has millions of dollars in brand deals. You have Leah Thomas, who has William Thomas, ranked very low on the swimmer scoreboards. After transitioning, was #1 in the country.
It's bullshit to me that you reap benefits for something you're not.
I think that is a completely different story. Being transgender is something where you can genuinely be born with different biological features or whatever, and that doesn't contribute to gender or like societal norms at all. I think those are two completely different things.
Is woman face offensive?
I don't think that's woman face. I think those are people who were born in the wrong bodies, who are...
Yes, welcome back. I see double standard here. I have seen this trending on social media recently. I saw this video where this man took to the street to interview youth, and I realized something. Some are actually scared to speak up for themselves. Some don't want to be cancelled. They cannot express themselves on what is going on. I expected students to be the one to stand up against some kind of things, but due to our societal issues and the fear of being cancelled is causing a lot of people not to be able to speak up. I will play this video where I'll be reacting, sharing my thought. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that, and if possible, why not share this.
What's up guys, Aldo here with PragerU. Today I'm at UCLA to ask students about blackface and this new phenomenon of woman face. Why is it socially acceptable to be transgender, but not transracial? Let's go find out. I want to show you a couple pictures of prominent figures rocking blackface and get your reaction to it. Is that all right?
Very interesting. I did not. Okay.
This is Rachel Dolezal, who was a president of a chapter of NAACP, who identified as transracial. She said that she was born in the wrong body and that she identified as black. This is Ted Danson at the Friars Club Roast in New York City. This is Sarah Silverman in blackface on her TV show. Yeah. What do you think of when you see these images?
It's not good. It's really bad.
Do you think people can identify as a certain race?
No, I do not believe you can identify as a certain race.
Yes, what annoys me the most is when I hear someone say, you were born in the wrong body. God was not foolish to create you the way you are. If you are telling me you were born on the wrong body, you are now judging God for his decision to make you to be who you are. I understand a lot of people are taking up this argument, and I'm seeing this on a daily basis. If you ask someone, why did you decide to be a trans? Growing up, I didn't see myself like I was born to be a boy because I like to dress like a woman. I like to eat this type of food. I like to do this, implying I was born in the wrong body. Reason I decided to transition. That is the kind of argument I see on daily basis. Now, when it pertains to issue of transracial, people cannot even condone this. I have seen her breaking loose just because of that. Why should this be like this? If you tell me we are in a free world where any person can be who they want, why not say you can be anything you like?
Is a certain race?
No, I do not believe you can identify as a certain race.
So do you think identifying as a different race is offensive?
This is a very good question. I think, I don't know. You can't become something that is recognized off of skin color if you weren't that skin color your whole life.
Right, because it's biological.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that people who claim transracial are making a mockery of real black people?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about.
She now says it is an issue, it is a mockery to black people if you decide to be a black. It is not a mockery for women if a man decides to take up a decision to be a woman. It is not a mockery if a man transition or a man decide to be a trans and start taking up views that were supposed to be women doing that. It is not an issue. I see this to be double standard because if you say we are in a free world where people can decide to be anything, then allow them to take up any decision they want. I recently saw this man who took up a decision. I'm a lesbian and I'm a black. I think I'll do a full video about this so you can see exactly what is going on.
I talk about woman face. Have you guys heard the term woman face?
No.
Have you heard this term? So this is men who identify as women and then they benefit socially and financially from many cases. Do you guys know Dylan Mulvaney?
No.
So he transitioned, and after he transitioned to a woman, he has millions of dollars in brand deals. You have Leah Thomas, who has William Thomas, ranked very low on the swimmer scoreboards. After transitioning, was #1 in the country.
It's bullshit to me that you reap benefits for something you're not.
I think that is a completely different story. Being transgender is something where you can genuinely be born with different biological features or whatever, and that doesn't contribute to gender or like societal norms at all. I think those are two completely different things.
Is woman face offensive?
I don't think that's woman face. I think those are people who were born in the wrong bodies, who are becoming themselves.
So if you can identify with a different gender, why can't you identify with a different race?
The biological side of it, because race has no biological connections whatsoever. It's purely based off of physical appearances.
I just asked you if it was biological. You said yes.
Is recognized off of skin color. If you weren't that skin color your whole
Right,
life.
because it's biological.
Or I mean, sex has biological backings, but gender is not. Gender is a spectrum.
Why is it socially acceptable to be transgender, but it's not socially acceptable to be transracial?
I think that's like they're very different things. I think that like I don't know how to phrase this in a way, but I would say like is.
I wouldn't say I'm educated enough to have the proper definition of like separating the two.
But what about
There was a comment I saw under this video. If you want to watch the full clip, there is a link on the description. Being transracial actively makes far more sense to me, since one's race is really just a composite of hereditary external features that humans have decided to put into group. As a biracial person myself, I'm living proof that it's all just subjective. I may look black, but I have just as much as white ancestral as I do black. Likewise, I have a friend that people often mistake for being Hispanic. She has no Hispanic ancestry that she knows of. She just happens to have visual features that people falsely interpret as being inherently Hispanic. My other friend is adopted and nobody knows who her birth father was. She could be part of Martian for all anyone knows. Race is subjective and open to interpretations. And I do believe that eventually future humans will all blend. I don't want to go into the biology of this because the video will be too long. It is very simple. The person is making sense. Yes,